you should feel free to answer about anything that comes to mind, any ideas.
Take one.
And any ideas that come to mind, it doesn't matter if that's the question I asked or not. Just elaborate on that.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, first of all, what's your name?
My name is Jonathan Alvarez.
Do you mind me using your name in the essay? Or do you want me to use your name?
I like Johnny Boy.
Johnny? Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Use my name. Use my real name.
What's your race? Do you mind me using your race?
I am a young Mexican American.
And you said you were 24.
I am 24 years old.
Happy birthday. How was your birthday? Yeah. Okay. So, what experiences from your past has been most influential on your present?
Does this have to be politically correct, or can it be religious?
Anything, whatever that concerns you in your life.
There's been a lot, but I believe that influences definitely have to be my environment that I've grown up. Growing up, I grew up in the South Side, a little ghetto. But just growing up with that, and also growing up with parents that didn't go to school before. Both my parents only made it to middle school. But that was what I grew up with, and that's what kind of has shaped me. My parents always wanted what was best for me. They always tried to offer me as much as they could. They weren't too strict. My dad used to be strict and he lightened up. But that's basically what's molded me. Coming from a humble background and just learning that there's a lot of opportunities out there that we have to take. And then, of course, once I got older, I decided to go to college. College had a lot of influence on me, on the importance of education, and where it is that just the right things to do in society. And I do say that in quotes because that's what is socially acceptable to people, and that's what people expect from you. So yeah, I think it's a combination of the environment that I grew up, and as well as my college education. Of course. Sure.
At what point did you decide that I'm going to go to college?
I decided my senior year. My parents never really cared about our grades. Like they cared as long as we didn't have F's. But like if we had like a D or a C, like they were didn't mind as long as we passed. So education really wasn't a big thing. So I never really thought about it until I was in high school, and I was in all the AP classes, all the honors classes, and all the other kids were registering, filling out the applications for college, filling out the applications for scholarships, and that's when I was like, hey, this is something that's attainable for me. I'm going to try. So I did try, and I got in. I remember that I applied, and I just filled out the application, and I forgot to submit the essay. And when I found out that there was an essay, I was pretty and I thought I wasn't going to make it. But I guess my GPA and my classes. I was surprised. But yeah, I made it to the U of A, went straight to the U of A, graduated from the U of A in 4 years.
What has been a major difficulty for you thus far in trying to attain your goals?
The only goals that I've really struggled getting have been lately. I decided to pursue my master's degree, but while I was trying to pursue it, like I just figured out that I wanted so many other goals, so I tried pursuing them at the same time. And because I've pursued goals at the same time, now it kind of feels like I've spread myself a little thin. So it's going to take time and the redirection of goals. But I think every goal I've set, I've attained. It's not because I'm cocky or anything like that, but just because, once I was like, hey, I want to graduate from high school, I graduated from high school. Hey, I want to graduate from college, I want to graduate from college. Hey, I want to get a job in the IT field. I got a job in the IT field. And now, just those are the simple goals that we set for ourselves. The other one was master's degree, and I'm still pursuing my master's degree. Haven't gotten there yet, but like I said, just I don't know if it's gonna require a goal career or a career change in order for me to accomplish that goal. I guess it's just opening.
So everything you say MIT, you kind of just accomplished it. There's never been something like, I gotta work through this before I can actually get to that goal.
Well, I mean, I think that I'm realistic enough to understand that there's a lot of goals, or before there's a lot of steps in getting to a goal. So like like if I want to get married, like I understand that I first have to find a girl, and then I have to find the right girl, and the right girl, and then propose to her, and I understand that there's steps. But yeah, I think I really methodical with it. I think that I just choose the steps, and from those steps I decide what my goals are.
What are some of your most proud accomplishments in your life?
Um, it's a tough one. You know what? It would probably have to be making it to college. Making it to college.
Like getting in?
Like getting into college. Because like I said, like before that, it wasn't a matter of, I didn't even know. Like I wasn't worried about it, so I didn't think about it, and I didn't make it something else. I didn't really think about it. So just getting into college was a big accomplishment for me, and that kind of gave me the boost to kind of just be like, hey, I can do this. I can go to college. I can pursue a leadership role. I can, just things like that. It kind of just boosted my confidence, and it kind of just, opened my eyes to the capabilities that I had.
What would you have done if you didn't make it into college?
I would have probably gone to Fiona. So I would still go to college, some type of college. Do I think I would have eventually ended up at the U of A? Yes, but I think it would have taken me longer. I'm that type of guy that when he does something, like he does it, especially with school, I do it just enough to get by. I don't think that would have been enough. At Puma, just do what I have to do to get by, and then make it to the U of A. But it would have been different. I know it would have been different. I still would have gone to college, but I think it would have been different. Would have altered my take two.
So this is a really broad question, but what are your favorite activities?
I like teaching. When I was in college, actually, I thought about becoming a teacher. Um, but then I thought about the money, and I was like, how am I gonna get that much? And it's funny because you don't do it for the money, whatever. But what made me kind of just like, what, I can live without being a teacher, was that I got to teach at church. So I started teaching out to little kids. From the little kids, I went to the college and career class, started teaching the college and career class. Ever since then, I've always loved to teach. And I think, when we have those goals in the long run, I think that's one of the stepping stones in my ministry. I started off as a teacher. I really didn't know what I was doing. Still, sometimes I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. But I started off like that, and I saw how it just helped me in a lot of things, public speaking, all the other things that I do around church, all the other things that I do at school. And that's something that I really like. I like when people have that aha moment, wow.
Yeah.
So that's what I like. I like seeing that. And that's something I like to do, something I feel passionate about. Especially
What are your least favorite things?
my least favorite things to do.
Or activities?
Activities would probably be exercising.
Yeah.
And it's funny though, it's because when I'm exercising, I'm like, man, why don't I do this more often? I can do it. It comes naturally. But just the consistency of it, knowing that I have to do it every day, knowing that I have to keep going at it, working at it, and that it's going to take time to get results out of it, kind of just, I don't know. I don't know. I need to find a different passion for motivation than that.
Since you brought that up, what activities do you consider to be recreational? Or do you do for recreation?
Um, volleyball. I play volleyball on Sundays, or watch people play volleyball on Sundays.
Okay.
I hang out a lot too much.
So like socializing.
Yeah, I socialize a lot. We go out golfing. We go to the golf range almost every week.
Have you ever tried, this isn't to be offensive, but have you ever tried dieting and exercising? And if you did you ever notice like the difference in your body from now to when like say 10 years ago?
Yeah. When I would actually work out and diet, and then I wouldn't diet. I would just watch what I was eating. But yeah, you do notice a difference. You feel like lighter. You feel like better, more confident.
You feel like you have to work more than you did 10
What do you mean?
years ago? Like before 1 mile would feel like
Oh, do I have to?
and now you have to do 2 miles.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Like I have to push myself harder to lose more weight. Yeah, definitely.
There was something I read that just a little quick tip. When you're in the like your age range, um, we feel like oh our body can't do this or our body can't be physically the way we used to be, but it's really because we lack motivation by that age, and so it's really hard to determine if it's our body or it's really ourselves. Unless you're like a professional athlete, they kind of have to do it, and then that's where they can test the bodies. What sport do you feel like you're the best at, and when you feel like you're the worst at?
Right now,
Yeah.
probably. I used to play a lot of basketball. I haven't played in a while. I used to be good at it. But right now, I'd probably be decent at volleyball. Not great.
How are you with golf?
Golf, I'm getting better, but I'm not good. But I'm getting better.
You'd probably be better in your later team.
Yeah. I think so.
So moving on.
Oh, and then I'm bad at batting. Like I stink.
Oh, baseball?
Baseball.
That's more when you're older.
Yeah, batting is horrible.
So, how would you approach a moral dilemma? Like, I had examples, but I think this one has been fire. So, how do you, like, what are your opinions about cohabitating before marriage?
No. No, I have a lot of standards that religious beliefs that I hold really close. I'm still a virgin, so I'm waiting for that special person. And now, with everybody being so sexually involved, it feels like everybody has sex or has had sex. So a lot of people are saying, or begin to say that the special somebody out there really isn't out there, but I still believe it, and I know that there's somebody out there for me. So that's why I respect myself respect other girls that I talk to and go out with. But,
Okay. So, what do you think are some important moral issues that are facing our country right now?
there's a lot. There really is a lot. I'm a hardcore conservative, so I have conservative views, and I think that just by being a young person, I think that a lot of the things that we allow and are allowing to happen within our communities are affecting that. For example, um, like homosexuality, it's more of a fad. It's what's in right now. So a lot of people, if you talk to them, they'll say that they are homosexual, but they don't realize or they don't know what the real struggles of homosexuality are because they were never faced with a life-changing moment that just altered their life. Whether it was from sexual abuse when they were a child or something like that, that just changed them completely and made them hate that opposite sex. So they really just doing it just because it's a fad. And I do believe that some people really are confronted with these unfortunate events in their lives that just alter their lives forever. But it's really hard to find loving people in the world now. And because of that, I think that, moral standards or moral, ethical standards are no longer in place, and that alters a lot of our community. Like I said, homosexuality, but even more than that, just disrespecting kids to their parents.
How would you handle a situation like that? Or even just a disagreement among friends or the room you're in, there's like an argument. How would you?
About a morally incorrect thing, or
Anything, like
just an argument?
An argument, like a basic, how would you go about that? Would you stay quiet or speak up?
You know what? I'm the type of guy that will just sit back and listen. I'd rather, and a lot of people have kind of criticized me on the way that I handle problems because I don't like to cause a drama or big altercation when they can make it bigger. So I'll just sit back and I'll listen. And then if I have to say something, if I have an input, I'll tell that person individually. No need to have an audience. And that's what I do. But that's how I would handle that. Be an observer and kind of just talk to them. If I didn't have to say something, if it involved two people, then I'd talk to both of those people. Just try to explain my point of view, and if they're open to the idea, then that's fine. If they're not, that's fine as well.
Okay. Can you briefly describe what a typical week looks like for you?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, right now I'm not going to school when I'm unemployed. So I will wake up around 10 to 9, or 9 to 10. And, I'll get on the computer and I'll apply to some jobs to check my email to make sure that I haven't had any callbacks from any of the jobs that I've applied to. I'll text some of my contacts and see if there's anything open when they work. And I'll study Bible or IT stuff. Just try to try to keep current with whatever's going on in the news, especially because when you're interviewing, like people just talk about everything and everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta stay current. And usually in the afternoons, I will go either visit somebody, one of my mentors, or I'll hang out with one of my friends, or I'll go to church, or I'll have a cell group, or pretty much hang out.
What do you do on the weekends?
The weekends, right now, I relax a lot.
How do you do it?
I stay home, or I go visit my nephew. We pretty much just watch movies, and then in the afternoons I'll go out on Saturday nights. And Sundays I'll be at church. And Sunday nights I'll hang out.
What do you mean by go out?
Saturday night, we'll just go out to eat, or we'll go to somebody's house, watch a movie there. But most of the time, I'm going out to eat and going out to watch a basketball game or at a sports bar.
How do you, what has been the influence of family, friends, and mentors in your, well, okay, first of all, if you were employed, where would you be employed at?
You know what? Right now, I really feel like I'm not there yet, but it feels like I might be changing careers soon. But with the education that I have, the degrees that I have, the experience that I have, my dream job would be to work at as a information security analyst. So anything related to cyber threats or cyber security in a company like Lockheed and Martin or Boeing. That would be my dream job as a tech. But right now, I've really been praying and thinking about becoming a chaplain with any branch of the military. So I think that would be really like a awesome experience. I'm doing my master's of divinity. So that would complement that education requirement. But yeah, that and then a missionary. So I'm a lot of things right now.
That's, yeah. What other choices have you had before these career choices? Like, what were your steps from like freshman year in college to career choices?
First, I went into the business college because I thought that I was going to do something in the business, or I just felt like I could do something in the business administration. So I went in and I did that, but that didn't seem to. I went in freshman year and in orientation I was like, hey, I should be an engineer. So I went in and I talked to the counselors, but I had already been so business prep because I took my statistics class, took my econ class, and I had already like been so business prep that they're like, well, you're behind on your math, so it's gonna take some time. It might take you 5 years to graduate from college. Back when it was freshman year, I was like, 5 years?
Yeah.
That's nuts. So I was like, no, I'll just stick to business. So then I focused on accounting, and I thought I was gonna be an accountant. Then I took an accounting class, and the guy that taught it at a really high level. Taught it as a graduate class, which was good because I learned a lot. But after that class, I was like, accounting is not for me. And then I found MIS, which was managing information systems, which kind of went in between business and engineering. So I was like, hey, that's perfect. It incorporates both of the things that I wanted to do. So I stuck to that, and that's what I graduated with. And that's what I'm pursuing my first master's degree. My second master's degree.
What major decisions have you had to make in the past few years?
Oh my! So this was something that the reason why I'm unemployed right now is because I did take some decisions, some choices. So while I was doing my master's in finance, I was taking classes, and each class is about $3,800. So I was taking the classes, and I was scheduled to take another class last year in December. But instead of taking that class, I decided to go on a mission trip to Cambodia. And I was like, wow, Cambodia is the same price as this class. I'd rather go to Cambodia and get a different perspective on life. And so I did that. And that trip, I say this in a good way. The trip just messed me up. I mean, there's just a bunch of little things that kind of triggered down to now. So I did that, and when I came back, I decided to quit my full-time job because it wasn't what I wanted to do, and I didn't need it. I had 3 jobs. I didn't need 3 jobs, so I decided to stay with my 2 part-time jobs. And I let go of that full-time job, and I also had applied in that December time frame. Instead of taking that other class, I took another class, and I started my master's in divinity at another college. So because of that, since I only took 1 class at the university for MIS, my financial aid withdrew because I didn't take 2 classes. And I knew that, but for some reason I didn't think about it. I didn't analyze it. So yeah, when I came back, like I was going to take 2 classes or more this semester, but my financial wasn't there. So I applied for a loan, and the loan didn't go through because I didn't have a full-time job. So eventually that's what caused unemployment. And yeah, and it was and I mean now going to Africa in August, which is excited for. But I think that's why I've been thinking so much about career change, because it's funny. I have the experience that I need for all these jobs that I've been applying to. I have the contacts that I need. I have the education that I need, and for some reason, I'm just not getting a call back. So that's why. So it's like, well, maybe it's the career that I've chosen. Maybe I have to do something else. But yeah, or maybe I just needed some time to reflect and get a different perspective, which I have now. But yeah, those are choices that I've taken along the way. I decided to go on my sister's trip, and it gave me a different perspective and made some changes according to that. And now I really feel like I want to reach out to the community, to international orphanages and whatnot.
Because you're 24, and at that time most of your classmates and everything are most likely graduating and starting their careers. How do you feel
I'm not really worried about it. When I was employed with those 3 jobs, I had the opportunity to be salaried 3 times, but I didn't take it because I didn't want to be doing that job. It was turning into a call center, so I didn't want to be doing that job. So I had the opportunity to pursue that long-term career. I just didn't like the location where I was at. So, I mean, I look at other people, and a lot of people do have more stable jobs and not unemployed and stuff like that. But I'm not worried about it for some reason. And I know it's coming. I don't know what it's coming. I know it's coming. I just keep going.
So in retrospect, do you think you made some right decisions?
Even though it doesn't seem like it right now, I hope that in the long run, yeah, I have.
Would you change anything?
I would probably have taken that class. And then just paid out of pocket for that. Because I do think that education is important. And but I mean, everything happens for a reason. And if a lot of times we get caught up in doing something so quick and so fast that we forget to stop. And it's one of those. I mean, not a lot of people have their master's degree at my age. They'll wait. So I mean, even if I wait a couple of years, I'll be fine.
So do you think that your approach to decision making has changed in the past few years?
Yes, I think so. And that's only because the atmosphere around me has changed as well. The environment that I am in has changed. So my decisions tend to be a little more informed because I I try to have them a little bit more and more. But other times it's just go with your gut and pray about it.
Okay. This is gonna sound kind of like an opinion, but how do you see yourself as different compared to people your age, other people your age?
Well, I have two different types of people, and this doesn't sound really bad, but there's two different types of people that I have grown up with. I've grown up in a church environment where a lot of the young people are encouraged to marry young, and sometimes education isn't the top priority. But then I have also grown up in a higher education or college setting where there's people out there that are looking for they're looking for career opportunities that aren't married. So on one side, there's some people that have a lot of careers or that have their career already started or just something just beginning, right? Which is good. And on the other side, I have other group of people that are already married and they're already having kids, my age. So it kind of feels like I'm kind of caught in the middle. I'm not married, I don't have any kids, and right now I don't have a career, but I have the foundation for a career. I don't know. It's hard to place myself in comparison to them. I don't feel like I'm behind. I just feel like I'm in between two different groups, kind of thing. Or two different social classes, or two different types of mentalities, or I don't know what you want to call
it. Okay, so just really quick, how has the 2008 recession affected you, or did it have?
2008 or 2000? Well, I mean, 2008, I was really going to college.
That didn't have any effect on you?
I've always been working. I've always worked. I worked through college. I had a part-time job in college. The year before I graduated, I was unemployed for about 6 months. But that was only because I was looking for a job that was complementary to my field. So it took a little bit longer to get a job because I didn't have any experience. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's affected me much. I know it's affected my family. So there's always triggering effects that even moving out and stuff like that. I don't think it's affected me.
Going back really quick to your physical self, when do you usually eat your meals, or how do you evaluate what to eat?
Really bad. Really bad at doing that. I usually eat later during the day. I usually just have like one meal a day, but it's a big portion.
What would it consist of usually?
My mom, she works at the casino, so she'll bring food. And she usually brings like gatos or like menudo or like tacos. So that's usually what it consists of. Usually a plate, some Mexican food. But when I'm eating out, like the meal would be just like maybe 3/4 meal.
Okay. Okay, so on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate your health, with 10 being the lowest?
Oh my god, right now it's like a 2.5 or 1.5. It's really bad.
Okay. So describe the last time that you got sick. Do you remember how long it took you to get better?
You know what? It probably was right after Cambodia. Probably got like the flu or something. But I think it was just because of the lack of rest. It took just like a day. It was just like a stomach flu or something that just came, changed, time change, jet lag and all that. It was like a day.
Do you feel yourself stressed at all?
Stressed? Yes. But you know what? It's not so much stress. It's more frustration. I think it's the frustration that leads to moments of stress. But I handle stress pretty well. I have a lot of friends that will listen to me, give me advice, and I don't just bottle it up. And I try to do something that's gonna relieve the stress, like go walking, go for a jog or something like that.
Okay. You said you had a part-time job most of the time in college.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Oh, just really quick. Do you feel that you have the support from your family and friends in the church you like to?
Yes, I do. I love my family. They've always been there, even though they weren't really aware of those, like the steps that there are to like go to college or get into college or what it is to sustain a college education and all that stuff. Even though they have the knowledge of it, they've always been really supportive, and they've always wanted me to do that. And educate myself, find a good job, um, whatever it is that I do, even in my church and ministry and everything like that. Every time I've taken a choice, they've always been like, that's what you want. And I always say yes. And then as soon as I do something or decide to follow something, they're always like, hey, remember you gotta become or you gotta become a minister. Hey, you gotta finish your master's degree. Hey, you gotta. So yes, supportive. Yes.
Okay.
1 minute.
Thank you.
Save it.